thou considered my servant Job?
Yeah, so you think he's loyal, do you? You have made Job rich. Why, everything he touches turns to gold. But just put forth your finger now. Touch everything he possesses. Take it all away, and Job will curse you to your face.
Uncle Dan, your preview with those trumpets and the mysterious voices, it has me so full of curiosity that I can hardly wait. Just who was this man Job, anyway? What happened to him? Did he really have those...
Whoa there, Aunt Sue. One question at a time.
Well, Uncle Dan, you do have me interested. Is it a Bible story?
Yes, it is, Aunt Sue. The story is found in the Old Testament, in a book called Job. And it's about a godly man by the name of Job who had a great deal of trouble. But before I begin my story, I want to ask you a question. Do you remember the letter we received from a 13-year-old girl in India who had become an orphan?
Yes, I do, Uncle Dan. Her parents had been killed in a cyclone, and she was very sad and lonely.
And do you remember who she blamed for her trouble?
Yes. She blamed God, supposing that he was the one that had taken her parents away.
Well, Aunt Sue, many people blame God for their misfortunes. But our Bible story today makes it plain that Satan is really the one to blame. Boys and girls, listen carefully to our story, which I call
The Land of Uz.
There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His possessions included 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 donkeys, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all of the men of the East. Now there was a day when the sons of God and all the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan,
Whence comest thou?
From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil?
Oh, doth Job reverence God for naught? Haven't you hedged him in from misfortune? You've prospered him. His house, his flocks, his children are safe. Everything he has is sheltered. But is he really loyal to you? Or is he simply feathering his own nest? You've made Job rich. Everything he touches turns to gold. But just put forth your finger now. Touch everything he possesses. Take it all away. And Job will curse you to your face.
Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand.
An excellent bargain. So you give his possessions into my power. Well then, before nightfall, I shall sweep away everything that Job has, bring it crashing into the dust. Then we shall see whether Job still loves and reverences you.
So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
It is a peaceful afternoon, Eliab. Uz is a lovely land, and our master Job is not only the richest, but also the kindest man here. See there by the river, his 500 yoke of oxen plowing his fertile fields, and the donkeys grazing peacefully beside them. Job is a happy man.
There's a cloud there, a cloud of dust over the plains. What is it?
I don't know. It looks like wild horsemen riding furiously. Oh, Eliab, it's the Sabaeans. Round up the men, quickly. Quick, help! Help! And then, Master, they swept down upon us. Drove after drove of those fierce Sabaean horsemen. Oh, everything's gone, everything. They took all 500 yoke of oxen and all 500 donkeys. Your servants and hired hands watching the animals were killed. Oh, they left me alive, only so that I could describe to you what happened. Oh.
There, Manasseh, don't weep. I care nothing for the animals, but I am saddened by the death of the servants. The Sabaeans are cruel men. Cruel!
You care nothing for the animals. 500 yoke of oxen gone and 500 donkeys. Job, do you know how much money we've lost?
It doesn't matter, wife. It doesn't matter.
Jobab, next week we take the sheep in to be sheared. Ha, ha, ha. I, for one, shall be glad to return home. Do you realize I haven't seen my family for months? Our master's possessions are so great that we must travel scores of miles from home in order to find land sufficient for a sheep to graze. Well, next week I shall... Jobab, why are you looking up in that strange manner? What do you see?
That red something in the sky. Hovering over us. Just hovering there. What is it?
Oh, I don't know. Probably nothing much. Probably... Why, it can't be. It seems to be... Fire! Fire, Jobab! Fire! You sheets of light! And that's what happened, Master. Fire from heaven. Oh...
7,000 sheep. 7,000 sheep gone. Oh, Job.
This fire, Benjamin, you say it came from...
It came from heaven, sir. Sheets and sheets of flame. It set the 20 herdsmen on fire. It consumed the sheep. And I was the only one to escape, Master.
I'm glad you at least were saved, Benjamin. And now you'd better go. Your brother Manasseh is waiting outside for you.
My brother, Manasseh? But I thought he was in the north county of your farm, sir, plowing with the oxen and donkeys.
Benjamin, your brother Manasseh, chief of my farms, came here only a half hour ago. He too had bad news, but go now. He will tell you about it. And try to get some rest, my son.
Yes, sir.
This is your first day here, Joel, and I welcome you to the service of our Master Job.
Thank you, Ephraim, sir. I don't know much about caring for camels, but I learn fast and I'll work hard, very hard.
How old are you?
Well, only 20, sir.
Oh, well, that is young, but you'll have plenty of time. Yeah, and you'll also have plenty of camels to practice on. Our Master Job has 3,000 of them.
Is he cruel?
Cruel? Our Master Job?
Does he flog the servants when they steal from him? When they escape and run away, does he catch them, piercing their ears and cutting off their thumbs and toes to punish them? Well, I'll bet he does. I'll bet he starves his men, too, and complains that they don't work hard enough.
What's this? Do you really believe what you're saying?
Of course I do. All rich men are like that. At least that's how my last master was, before he died.
Take a good look at me, Joel. What do you see?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Am I not very finely dressed?
Yes.
In fact, if you didn't know that I was only a servant like yourself, you'd think I was a gentleman to look at me, now wouldn't you?
Yes. Well, yes, I would.
Everyone in Job's employ is dressed like this, and treated with respect, too. Our Master Job calls every man who works on his farms my son. And we couldn't be any happier.
Oh, yes. But when he catches you loafing or stealing, then it's a different matter, I know.
No one steals, no one loafs, Joel. Our Master Job gives us whatever we want, so why should we steal?
Give?
gives. On the day a man joins his employ, our master Job calls him and all the other new men together, and he says to them, "My sons, if you want anything, let me know what it is. I will give it to you. God has blessed me with abundance, and all that I have is yours."
I don't believe it.
It's true.
Well, if it is true, I shall ask for a camel. Now, there you see, you laugh. I knew it wasn't true. But someday I'll be rich, too. You'll see. And then I'll buy one of those camels.
Sure you will, Joel. But in the meantime, you're going to be pretty impatient. So, come here.
What do you want?
Choose one.
On what?
Choose a camel.
Choose a camel?
That's right.
Why?
For your own. Well, don't you and the camel both stand there knock-kneed? Yes, I said for your very own.
But,
Our Master Job saw you from a distance last night when you first came to me and applied for work. Afterwards, he said to me, "Ephraim, that young man looks as though he might enjoy owning a fine young camel himself. Tomorrow, why don't you let him choose one? Give it to him with my compliments. I like his looks. I like the way he carries himself."
I did? I mean, he did? Master Job said that about me? Oh, he doesn't even know me, and yet he likes me?
He likes you.
Wow! I mean, forsooth. Oh, this is wonderful. I'll take this one. He's a beauty. Come on, boy, come on.
Oh, Joel.
Yes?
Master Job said that he hoped you would take good care of your camel. They're very intelligent, sensitive beasts, and they need careful attention.
Oh, I'll give him the best care in the world. Won't I, Zindra? I think I'll call him Zindra, Ephraim. It means speedy in my language.
Now, don't you and Zinra both stand there gaping. You and your new camel spend about a half hour getting acquainted. Then come back. We've got work to do, Joel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is there anything more you have to tell us, Ephraim? Is that all?
That's all, sir. I recovered consciousness, and then I half crawled, half dragged myself back here. Just as I stumbled up to your door, I met my brothers, Benjamin and Manasseh, coming out. Well, you know the rest. They tried to stop the bleeding, bound up my wounds, and then brought me in here to you.
Job, he's going to faint.
No, I'll be all right.
He's lost so much blood.
I can't understand it, Ephraim. I can't understand it. I've never had any trouble before with the Chaldeans. We've been at peace with them for years.
It happened so quickly, sir, like lightning. I was directing the hired hands as they rounded up the camels. Out of nowhere came the Chaldeans. Fierce, warlike men with burning eyes. Oh, there were 3 groups of them. Inside a few minutes they had fallen upon us and hacked all your servants to death. Then they rounded up the camels and rode away. I came to about an hour later, I guess. They thought I was dead, too, when they rode away. Oh, Master, that I should ever have to bring such tidings to you. You who have been better than a father to me.
There, Ephraim. Life occasionally brings trials to us all.
I knew it this morning when I awakened. I knew something was wrong, that terrible things would happen. Do you realize what has come about? All in one afternoon, we have lost all our wealth, all of it.
My dear, I shall call for your maid, Zipporah.
I don't want my maid. We're paupers, Job, paupers. Don't you understand? It's gone. All our money is gone.
Mrs. Job is upset, Zipporah. Take her to her chambers and do what you can to quiet her.
Yes, master. Come along, my lady.
must apologize for your mistress, Ephraim.
I understand, sir. Her grief exceeds only my own, that of my brothers for you.
You're a brave, strong man, Ephraim. I am grateful for your faithfulness and your friendship.
Thank you, sir.
You may go now. After what has happened, after all that has happened on this fatal afternoon, your wife and children will be concerned to know whether you are safe. Go, and relieve their fears.
I will. Goodbye, sir.
Oh, Ephraim.
Yes?
What of the young man?
What young man, sir?
The new one. The one of whom we spoke last night.
He, too, is dead, sir. His was the first blood to flow. Oh, he was brave. He defied the Chaldean leader, and they cut him down like a dog.
I see.
Job, sir.
Yes?
Why did it happen? Tell me. Why did it happen?
I don't know, Ephraim. Why has all this happened, Lord God? Why? And so, my dear, we have so much. True, our wealth is gone, completely vanished. We shall even have to sell our home. But we still have God. We have kind, loving friends, the most loyal friends in the world. And you know what?
What?
Best of all, we still have our youngsters. 7 of the finest boys and 3 of the loveliest girls in the land.
Oh, yes, I know you're right.
Yes, we have them. No one can take them away from us. Whatever else we've lost, our boys.
Job!
Judah!
No.
Judah, what is the meaning of this interruption?
The house, everything blown down. Ruin.
Job, what's he talking about?
Judah! There's no need for this wild hysteria. I insist that you calm yourself. There. Now, tell us.
Well, my 3 brothers have run to help, but it's no use. It's no use.
What's no use?
Your sons, my lord. They were all feasting, banqueting in the eldest brother's house. Their 3 sisters, the fair daughters of my master, were with them.
My children!
A great wind came from the wilderness, a tornado. It struck the 4 corners of the house. The whole building, the towering walls, fell upon those young people.
No.
They're dead, all of them dead. I was the only servant present to escape.
Oh, my
to tell you.
babies, my children, my children!
Then Job arose and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said,
The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
In all this Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Again there was a day when the sons of God and all the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan,
Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest to destroy him without cause.
Skin for skin, skin for skin. Yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. Job is still loyal to you, yes, at least apparently so. But after all, hasn't it been well said that self-preservation is the first law of mankind? I've swept away all Job's possessions, his lands, his children, but I still haven't touched Job himself. But put forth thine hand now, touch his bone and his flesh, and Job will curse thee to thy face.
Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life.
Oh, an excellent arrangement. Oh, an excellent bargain. You give Job himself into my power. Well then, Before nightfall, I shall smite him with disease. Horrible, loathsome disease, from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot. And then we shall see whether Job still loves and reverences you.
So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And Satan smote Job with painful ulcers from the sole of his foot unto the crown of his head. And Job took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal. And he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him,
Still holding to your loyalty, Job? Why, hasn't God bereft you of everything we once held dear? Hasn't heaven poured out upon us misery after misery? Everything gone. Possessions, children, everything. Why, you might as well be gone too, Job. Why don't you curse God and die?
Oh, my dear, we have had sorrow, true. And now I've come to much physical pain as well. Unbearable. Tortuous pain. But you speak as one of the foolish persons speak. One of the persons who know not God personally, who do not love him.
Oh, Job.
Give me your hand, my dear.
Oh, Job. I can't bear to have people see you like this. I don't mind wearing rags myself, but to have them see you, a once great man sitting there on that ash heap, no shelter, no medicine, sick and hurt.
We'll trust God, my dear. But now, try to rest.
Now when 3 of Job's friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. For they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him, and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off, and knew him not, they lifted up their voice, and wept. And each of them rent his mantle, and sprinkled dust upon his head toward heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him. For they saw that his grief was very great. After this opened Job his mouth, and Job spoke and said,
O God, my life is but a breath. Remember me. I live empty months, and nights full of misery are mine. When I lie down, I moan. When shall day break and night be gone? And at the dawning, I am full of tossing and of fears. O God, my life is but a passing wind. Remember me. My kinsmen have abandoned me, and all my friends are fled. Worms cover me. My very flesh is loathsome. Even young lads despise me. O God, remember me.
Job, you are a fool! You're suffering, you're in pain, you've lost everything near and dear to you. Do you still retain your faith in God? Do you still love him in spite of everything that's happened? Give up your loyalty to God.
No.
Give up your faith in him.
No.
Renounce his worship.
No.
Shake your fist at him.
No. I love God. I can't understand why all this tragedy has come to me, but I love God. For I know that my Redeemer liveth. Though worms destroy this body, yet shall I see God. There is one in the heavens to champion me. He knows my love, and when he has purged me, I shall come forth as gold. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him.
And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came there unto him all his brethren, and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat with him in his house, and they comforted him. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters born again to him. In all the land of Uz were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And Job lived another 140 years, and saw his grandsons and his great-grandsons.